6 questions to ask your partner at the start of a relationship. 1. What counts as cheating? Can I cuddle a bud, flirt with the barista, make a new dog friend without telling you about it? Get on the same page, or this will come back to haunt you. 2. Are there certain things you mutually agree to not tell each other? What if an ex texts me? What if my friend doesn't like you? Do you want to know, or should I handle it privately?
Jeff Gunther is a therapist with 2 decades of experience. He's known on social media as Therapy Jeff with nearly 4 million followers.
His latest book is Big Dating Energy, How to Create Lasting Love by Tapping into Your Authentic Self. He also has a podcast of the same name, and Jeff joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
This is great because these are things that we typically don't get as tips from dating experts, and they're so specific and they're so authentic. Like, this is one that's really interesting. Talk about how you want to be broken up with, because all relationships end in breakup, right? Except for the one that you get married to. So how early do you do that, and what are some of the parameters that make that work well?
Yeah, that's a tough one to take in for some folks, but I would say talk about when you want to break up or how you want your partner to break up with you right after you define the relationship. So you're feeling really good, feeling really gooey, feeling really connected. So this conversation isn't as hard as it might be at other times. Personally, I want to be broken up with on a Friday, so I have the weekend to recover. I'd rather you do it during the evening. I want you to text me first so I can consent on whether I want to text you or talk to you on the phone or see you in person. We all have very specific requirements. It's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that you said get off those dating apps because they're kind of built to get you to keep going on these dating apps. So what is your recommendation for someone who's really looking to settle down to find someone that a real partner, but they're on like Tinder or Bumble or one of those dating apps that they think like, oh, I'm going to find somebody on this?
Well, you might find somebody on that, and you can use dating apps as a tool, but I think we need to keep in our heads that dating apps are just like social media platforms. They're there to keep you on board. They want to make money off of you. There's an algorithm trying to figure out like what people to show you so that you can continue to stay on and you can subscribe to their services. So go ahead and use them, but only use them when you're feeling good, when you're feeling happy and feeling positive. You can doom scroll on there and feel pretty bad about yourself. So you might want to go to speed dating events. Those are coming back. Singles events. There's run clubs just for single people. There's a lot of options out there. Be brave. Act like it's the 90s. Approach somebody in a delightful way. That's what I would encourage.
This one is interesting as well. On a first date, you say, talk about what a deal breaker is.
Yeah.
And would you agree, though, Jeff, that a hypothetical marriage is different than a real marriage and what you're willing to negotiate about?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. There are some folks, though, that are like, there's some really big deal breakers, as in, I want to make sure I find somebody who has kids and that you're going to get on board. Or I want a very specific type of relationship, like I want to be in a monogamous relationship and I want to find somebody who also wants that as well. So I would encourage you to ask those questions even before the first date so you can show up and know that you're basically on the same page and see if there's a connection there.
I do think there's so many women that I know at least that are scared to say like, before that first date saying like, hey, I really want to have kids. But you would recommend doing that before the first date?
Go ahead and put it out there. Because if you're totally on opposite ends of the spectrum, it just won't work out anyway.
Yeah. Couples counseling, it's an interesting concept, right? Because you watch the movies and you think it's just people, they get swept up in romance, they fall in love. And so, but real life is a little bit messy. And I think especially guys have trouble communicating. What can couple counselor do that couples can't seem to do on their own?
Yeah, the first thing I want to say is that when couples usually come into counseling with me and with all the other couples counselors out there, they usually come in like 6 years late. So there's a whole bunch of things that need to be dug into and talked about. I would encourage you to find a couples counselor like sort of like sooner into the relationship when you start to hit those speed bumps, just so that you can connect with the couples counselor and not try to find one when you're in crisis. But a couples counselor can help you to communicate really clearly, and usually the counselor can like model to you how you can emote and get your point across in a way that is received in like a compassionate, understanding way.
I thought one of the interesting points you made is, you look at these crazy shows like Love is Blind, and they do these big, crazy things that they do together, and it kind of does bond them together. We're not talking about like the fantasy suites on The Bachelor or something like that, but actually these, kind of fun things that they do that sometimes sometimes might be kind of scary. So you recommend doing that, even if you've been in kind of maybe a more long-term relationship.
Yeah, to a certain degree. A lot of times when we get together, there's the honeymoon period.
Yeah.
It's really sparky. There's a lot of chemistry. But those producers on all those love reality shows know exactly what they're doing in order to get those people to fall in love with each other or to think that they're falling in love with each other. They boost the testosterone. They get the dopamine going. They get them to go on, naked bungee jumping or cave diving. And when you're like freaked out and really scared and hugging somebody while you're diving attached to a bungee jump, you're going to fall in love with them whether you like it or not. So the novelty and the newness really creates that spark.
That's good stuff. Jeff's book and podcast is Big Dating Energy, and you can follow him on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.